What's been going on? What's the future of this channel? All your questions answered. We're gonna get into that. So many of you posted and asked questions when I made the post on Instagram and on YouTube. If you had any questions for me, and I want to thank you all for your comments, also all throughout 2023. In this video, we're gonna look ahead to 2024, get into all those questions. But before we do that, I want to talk about how much this channel has grown over 2023, and I want to do it in a little bit of a better location. Right now I'm on this small corner in the middle of Bangkok off the Soi Sukhumvit 11, kind of busy. So let me finish, well, we'll take this with us. Hold on. Swadee Kap. Much better. We had a big year in 2023. 11,900 more of you decided to subscribe. We're now over 20,000 subscribers on the channel, approaching 25,000. Over the course of the last year, 58 long form videos I posted, 100 plus short form videos. That's around 1.6 million views. That's tons of content, tons of views, and all thanks to you guys. I'm right here entering one of my favorite parks where I come and run in the mornings, Benjikiti Park. Let's see if we can find a quiet place to have a chat. Out of those 58 videos, there were some I was super excited about that I thought would perform better, but they didn't. The Norwegian videos, I made 2 videos up there along with the video from Finland. They just tanked, they didn't perform well. But then we had those bangers throughout the years. The content that I know a lot of you love, things like in Italy, riding a Vespa through Italy, eating the best and worst ranked pizza in Florence, and most recently, travel in China, my experiences there, interacting with the people. A lot of you over the year comment on the videos. Some of them are negative stuff. I delete them right away or I block you completely, so don't even bother. But there's so much positive and encouraging comments. And to let you in on a secret, I save those comments. I take screenshots of those encouraging comments, keep them coming, because whenever I see a good one, something I really like that makes me smile or warms my heart, I open up my Windows snipping item, or on my phone, I hit the screen save option and I save those comments. And I go back and I look at them later when I need encouragement, maybe if I'm feeling a bit down, or if I just want to reflect on the year and I want to see all the positive comments that have come in. Keep them coming. It means a lot to me, all your encouragement on the videos and the comments you make. And I'm just looking at the numbers here on my phone. I mean, this is a lot of times, and some of you write in as well, you're surprised the channel's not bigger than it is. And sometimes I get discouraged and wish the channel was already bigger. We'll get to that later, but just look at the numbers for the last 365 days, 1.6 million views on all the content. We've had, out of all the watch time, 118.5 thousand hours of watch time, 11,900 new subscribers throughout the year, and that's massive. That means a lot to me. Also, I've made a little bit of money on all that content as well. That's helped everything kind of flow along. I want to say a special thanks to some of my newest members that have joined. I have a membership where if you want, you can click down below, become a channel member. You get early viewing on my videos. You get specialized colored emojis that go with your comments and indicate how long you've been a channel member for. The newest members I want to give a shout out to. I'm not going to list the last names because maybe you don't want your last name listed. Brian, thank you. Brad, thank you. And Michael, thank you very much. You can find out all about the channel membership stuff down below. Now let's talk about the days on the road last year, because there have been a lot of days of traveling, and to be honest, I've spent more. I love the sounds of the birds in here. Also, there's some giant lizards that run around the park. I'll put some B-roll footage so you can see these guys. They pull out the fish and they eat the fish in the morning. It's quite cool and scary. To be honest, I've spent more time away than I have at home, and I tallied it up, and I'll get to that in a minute, but I want to say that we've covered a lot of ground in the year. I started the year off in Thailand, where I am now in Bangkok, in the capital of Thailand, the Big Mango. And I've gone to Saudi Arabia, Oman, Belgium, Ireland. We've made videos in all these countries, a lot of great content along the way. Let me know down in the comments which videos have been your favorites. Oman, Belgium, Ireland, France, the Netherlands, Spain, Switzerland, Norway, Finland, Norway and Finland, new countries added to the list. I think that got us up to 50 countries. Andorra, Italy, of course. That's where I have my home residence in Florence. Return to China, Japan, Singapore, more new countries, South Korea, Laos, Indonesia. Those videos are coming out soon, I promise. And then of course, now back in Thailand. So it's been a whirlwind tour of 2023 and a lot of countries visited.
We are in Bali, Indonesia, country number 55.
With Indonesia, I've now reached 55 countries that I visited in my life, and I'm quite proud of that. Also, since in the last 10 years, I've only been making the push, and recently, as I visit these countries, and I want to make video content to share what I find in the countries, some of what inspires me to travel, the people, the food, the sights, everything you see when you visit a new place, your mind is opened up. And so that's really what I enjoy about traveling and visiting new places. And I'm making a big push to try to get to 60. I should be able to get there in this new year. So along the way, I've been on the road a lot, and I mentioned I'd get to that. Well, here it is. I spent less time at home. I calculate roughly going through my Google Calendar, looking at my flights when I've been away and at home. 23 out of the 52 weeks I spent at home in Florence, and the rest of the time I was traveling on the road. And to be honest, as a result, my relationships have kind of suffered. My friends are always there waiting for me at home in Florence or at the destinations where I go and I meet up with them. But sometimes traveling so much can be difficult, but it's a price you pay to be able to see cool destinations. What's been the best moments, not necessarily the best videos throughout 2023, I would say the trip up to the end of the road, the northernmost part in Europe, Cape North or North Cape, up at the top of Norway. It was so stunning to be able to stand there on the edge of the cliffs and look up into the vastness of the sea out there, and also think back to the battles they had during the winters, during World War II, how it must have been dark 24 hours a day, and all the people that fought out there and lost their lives. It was just an adventure traveling up into that land that looks so much different than the rest of Europe. Some other favorite moments I had throughout the year, well, it's been filming videos with friends. And let me know down in the comments what have been your favorite moments, and not necessarily your favorite videos, but also your favorite moments throughout the year. I think filming with friends is so much fun because it just gets you out along with someone else and having some fun. And special thanks to David, who helped me film videos like the Fiat 500 video, the Vespa video, and the best and worst pizza in Florence videos. We had a lot of fun doing that. Jenny helping me film the breakfast in Italy video, or the McDonald's in Italy. Yes, I went to McDonald's in Italy this year. To tell you the truth, it was kind of good. And other recent videos like Sophie, who filmed me eating raw chicken, liver, heart, and breast in Tokyo, Japan. That video's coming up. And also all of my Chinese friends, when we all pulled together and we made that massive video about China that you all seem to be enjoying. I started working with an editor for the first time over the last 12 months, Milos, or Ginger as he goes by. And it's been great to have someone else help shape the videos, and also to act as a sounding board, someone I can talk about with video ideas and give me feedback. Been instrumental in helping the channel grow. Let me know down in the comments if you can tell which videos I'm editing and which ones he's editing. To give you an idea, I'm editing about 1 in every 10 of the videos. Now, as promised, we're gonna get to some of those Q&A. I wanna do a rapid fire of all the questions that you asked when you saw my post in Instagram and in YouTube. And there was one that came in just this morning that I thought we'll get to that first because it's probably the most relevant And it came from Bruce. Bruce, thank you for this question. Very relevant question. How do you deal with the hot and steamy places when you travel on the go? Got any tips? Yeah, I do, Bruce. Get out early in the morning like I tried to do today. I'm in Bangkok and it is humid here, and carry with you some tissues so you can always dab the grease and the sweat off. Man, I am sweating. It's 9:25 in the morning and already just kind of walking around, you work up a sweat. So really that's the only way you can do it. Look for air conditioning places, maybe carry one of those portable fans along and just deal with it, because it's the price you pay sometimes to see these beautiful locations. Any New Year's resolutions? Yeah, I have some channel goals. We're gonna get to that. In general, I don't like reflecting on the last year. I just kind of like living in the moment, and perhaps maybe that's why during the Christmas and New Year's season, I'm not a big celebrator of these holidays, and it kind of gets me down a bit because I just don't like reflecting and having people force reflections on you. What jobs have you had through your adult life? Well, I was thinking back because, one time I worked at a Kerr-McGee drive-through gas station. I sold the cigarettes, I took the money for people after they pumped their gas. I grew up in Oklahoma. It was one of my first jobs after a paperboy route I think I had when I was like 12 years old. My parents drove me around and I threw out the papers. I worked in a bagel delicatessen shop. I cut my hand one time on a saran wrap roll that fell on me. I worked as a math tutor. I majored in actuarial science, math, and statistics, and well, I didn't use that long, and I followed my passion of being a journalist and making videos. Do you think it's better to have annual travel insurance policy or range? Okay, so this, I really think it's one of the best options to go with right now because it's so easy to work with their website. It's called Safety Wing Nomad Insurance. Now they offer month-to-month plans depending on how long you're traveling, and that's what I'm using right now as I travel here in Southeast Asia, or they offer an annual plan, and it's great. It's easy to sign up for and it's easy to use. There's a link to it down in the description. I mean, unless you're traveling all year, I wouldn't bother with the annual plan. I would just get it as you need it on a month-by-month basis. I'm moving locations. There was a generator back there that started making a lot of sound. I don't know if you can see it. Look at that. I'm kind of backlit. There's a skyline of Bangkok off that way, and to be able to be in a massive green oasis like this is really a privilege within a big city. It reminds me of Central Park in New York. Instead of the Big Apple, we're in the Big Mango. Question, when am I gonna come back to Australia? I owe you a beer. I don't know, it's such a long trip. I was there last year. I don't have any plans coming up to hit Australia, but I'll let you know when I do because I'm always up for a free beer. And this is a bit of a long question from LRG 2019. Thank you for such a great question with praise, but also kind of deep diving questions in there that give me some video ideas as well. Have you ever considered taking a vacation to a sports event venue and discussing the events, sharing where the best place to eat, how to get the most out of the experience, like an F1 race or Japan or the Olympic Games in Paris in 2024? Just some thoughts. Well, those are more than just thoughts. Those are great video concept and ideas. And also, I do go through the comments, and when I read the comments, I make notes of some things that I think, hey, this would be a great video idea for the future. I have considered it before. It kind of just depends on what works out best with my schedule, with my full-time job as being a cycling journalist and this side hustle of being a YouTuber. That's a great idea about doing something around Paris for the Paris Olympics. I'll be in France on and off this upcoming summer, so I could start to do something about that for those people that are heading to Paris to watch the Summer Olympic Games, which would be pretty cool this year. And as a result, the Tour de France, which I cover every year, the whole route's been reshaped for the first time in history. It's not finishing in Paris, which I think is kind of probably for the better. It's going to finish down on the Côte d'Azur in Nice. What is your skincare regime? You never age. Yeah, I am aging, Aaron. But I could say it's a lot of lotion. Put it on as soon as you get out of the shower. Just moisturize morning and night, and sometimes during the middle of the day. What kind of work do you do? And if so, remotely, that allows you to make the YouTube channel videos? As I mentioned, I'm a full-time cycling journalist, international producer for a company called Flow Bikes. And if you want to check out my work over there, go check it out, flowbikes.com or their Flowbikes YouTube channel. And that often enables me to travel to some of the many destinations that I bring to you for the YouTube channel videos. I've been doing that, I think, maybe for 15 years or so. So I have a lot of experience in bicycling and a lot of knowledge, and I love it. It's enabled me to travel the world. It also means that in many times, such as the month of July, I'm so busy I have time for nothing else. But on the flip side, in the winter and during some periods, I have free time and more time to get out and shoot these videos. Do you mostly speak English or Italian every day when you're at home? The rest of the question get cut off. I mostly speak English even when I'm at home in Italy, except when I'm out at the shops, of course. I speak fluent Italian. It was better back in the day when I had an Italian girlfriend and we lived together for a period of like 5 years. I was speaking Italian all the time. I think, to be honest, in recent years, my Italian has gotten worse, peggiorato. But yeah, right now, currently, I mostly speak English. Also, because I'm traveling so much, I'm in places where, well, English is the easiest and the most common language to speak. And why Florence as a base? Well, I think in 2004, geez, now 20 years ago, I moved to Italy. I wanted to live in Europe. I wanted to explore new places, and Italy had always been a dream country to live in. I made it happen, and maybe in another video I'll go into that and explain how it happened. I lived up in the north near Milan on Lake Como for many years, maybe around 10 years. As I mentioned, I had an Italian girlfriend. When we broke up, I wanted to leave that town I was living in, and I was looking for other places in Italy to live. And I was considering Bologna and I was considering Florence. Both of those are on the major rail line and both have good airports. I didn't want to move to Rome or to Milan. Rome is too chaotic. Milan is just too gray, too grim. The winters are too tough. I have a friend in Livorno, Steve, and another friend in Luca that suggested, Gregor, you should try Florence. You're gonna love Florence. Florence is made for you. I'm so happy I did because people love the content around Florence. Florence is a hot destination to go and visit for tourism, and also when I'm at home to be able to walk around and see the Duomo, see Piazza Michelangelo, to be able to run in that area and do bike rides as well. It's so amazing, so stunning. So that's how I chose Florence. Would I rather make a living from cycling or traveling journalism? Well sourced, that's a good question. I would rather, and I prefer to do both right now to get the best of both worlds. And as I explained before, cycling journalism allows the free time when I can go out and shoot these sort of YouTube videos, but also it is a great way to get around and see the world. So I think a combination of both. In the future, maybe I would transfer away from cycling journalism, and as the channel grows, focus more on the YouTube channel. This question just came in this morning from Kent. Did China sponsor your visit? I've seen other Chinese videos recently from various content creators, and I'm curious if there is an effort to promote tourism currently. They did not sponsor my visit, and the video that I made recently came purely out of my love for China and kind of the thrill I get when I'm there. I mean, I'm telling you, if you haven't been, go. Don't consider all the reports and everything you hear in the media. Go there and experience it for yourself. Also, don't believe those comments where people say, you're being supported and paid for by the CCP or whatever. That's all BS. No, they didn't pay for my video, although maybe I would take some money if they wanted to pay me for the video for sure. But to be open and fair, I was there for a couple of bike races, and so those bike races paid for my travel there, and I was there covering those bike races on the side. And as I was traveling around for 2.5 weeks, I made the YouTube video that wasn't about bike racing because simply I wanted to make the video. I wanted to share some of the experiences that I have. You know, it's my 6th or 7th time to visit China, and I wanted to bring those experiences I had together in one video, also do some interviews with different people. If you haven't seen the video, go watch it and see for yourself. And look, you can decide if I'm being paid off by President Xi. Let's talk about the goals for 2024, the goals for this channel, some things I want to accomplish. One of the things I want to do, I want to make a hiking video through the Italian Dolomite Mountains. If you haven't heard about them, Google them, look at the images, these peaks that are not sharp peaks, but they're blunt mountaintops, and they look amazing. And I want to be able to hike through there, do a multi-day hike, and bring you some of the video content. Another idea, again in Italy, is I want to round up a P200. I had a 1979 P200 back in the day, Vespa, and I want to make a Vespa road trip about 6 days, departing from Florence, going down past Rome, Naples, that area there, cutting over to Pescaci, going up Pescara, and making my way back to Florence, and just have some content along the way, seeing some off the beaten paths, eating the local plates, and interacting with the locals. Another idea, because I visited 55 countries so far, I want to pump that 55 countries so far. I want to pump that number up, making some road trips. So one idea that I've had in mind over the years is, look at this, I get some nice wedding photos there. One idea I have in mind is to fly to Vienna and then make a road trip from there. From there, I would be able to see the countries Czechia, I would be able to go to Hungary, Slovakia, and Poland. I have an image here I'll show you on the screen. Another idea is flying into Belgrade, seeing Serbia. This way I'd be able to knock off 6 countries, flying into Serbia, going to Bosnia and Herzegovina, going to Montenegro, going to Albania, North Macedonia, and Bulgaria. So that'd be a road trip of maybe 1 week, knocking out 6 different countries, getting some great content, and getting my country list number. We're gonna be approaching 65 countries maybe at that point. Also, if you're interested, I have a free list of all the countries, 197 listed, a checklist that you can go in, check them off, and see how many countries you visited. And then afterwards, you can let me know down in the comments. If you want to download it, there's a link to get that country list for free, and you can make your own travel list. I have my own that I check them off every time I visit a new country. This guy's having lunch. Cow, rice. Roy Cop. I want to end 2024 back where I am right now in Thailand. I love this place. I want to get back here in Bangkok and base myself here for another couple of months again at the end of 2024. And I want to make some short trips like I've done this year to see some other countries around here. Go back to the Philippines, make some content there, go to Brunei, visit Borneo, and visit Sri Lanka as well. So some big ideas swirling around in my head for the upcoming 2024 year that would bookend here in Bangkok. What are my YouTube goals for 2024? Well, it's to continue to work on my presentation and my delivery, how I interact with you in the YouTube videos. Man, if I look back at my old YouTube videos, I cringe. I think we all do. It's just part of growing and learning the trade and getting better at presentation and being more comfortable on camera. I think I'm comfortable, but everything takes time and practice and skill, and I want to continue to improve in 2024. Also, I want to step up the quality of my videos, make them have better storytelling. Every now and then I want to put out these big, well-rounded compositions. And I think one of those videos recently was that China video, to go back to that, to work on the storytelling, to do a deep dive, a video that was put together over a trip of multiple days, a couple of weeks. I think some of the next videos you'll see that in the videos coming out from Bali and also from Laos. I filmed those and they'll be released soon. So in some of the videos that are coming out in 2024, that's what I hope to achieve. I want to grow the channel with you to 100,000 subscribers. It's a lot. We're currently near 25,000. I think I can make that jump of 75,000, and I think maybe it's possible in 2024. Also, in 2024, I want to start working with sponsors, with advertisers, in partnerships. Yes, I'm making money from the YouTube channel, but it doesn't pay for everything. I'm spending more of my time and money than I'm bringing in. And so I'd like to start to work with some partners to make the videos more possible and to be able to explore bigger concept, bigger picture composition videos for the channel. Because what I'm doing now, even if I'm not making money on this, I'm doing it because I love doing it. I love traveling and showing these places to you, and also it's self-development. But a little bit of extra money would really help with the content. All that being said, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please click the like button down below and subscribe. A lot of you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, so by subscribing we can reach those goals. Also, by subscribing, you're making sure that you're part of the community and you're going to see those upcoming videos when they're released. Also, as we grow the channel and the subscriber number gets larger, it's a bit of a vanity metric, I'll give you that, but what it does, it allows people to see, hey, this channel has something to it. Hey, there's something going on in this channel. Hey, look at the amount of subscribers this channel has. And it also, the algorithm will start to snowball and start to get the videos out to more people, so more of the people can enjoy the content that we're already enjoying, all the travel and the food content that you and I love. So please hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you. I know traveling can be difficult, long haul flights to and from around the world. If you want a video on how to survive those big flights, what you can do to minimize the pain and the suffering, well, watch this video next.